Hello! Welcome back to Story Reckless. I'm Nathan. I'm the DM here, and I use he, him pronouns. And we are an actual play live stream playing D&D in the Descent into Avernus campaign. And we are missing one player tonight, unfortunately.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, they are out.
Rest in the Philippines.
That was so intense. They are out for a bit. Enyo is out for the next 2 weeks, but they will be returning. No, all right. Also, actually, no, I'll fix it on my side. But yeah, let's do some player intros.
My name's Claire. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Kadam. It is still my birthday. I'm turning 48. I'm a half-elf brave cleric.
And my name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns. Tonight I will be playing Calliope, Air Genasi old lady. She doesn't really pay attention to birthdays, but it's very important when it's her birthday. But she doesn't really pay attention to them. But she knows.
She knows.
Oh, she's an Air Genasi artificer.
Yes, indeed. And hi, Operation. Glad to see you in chat tonight. Yes. So with that, let's do a quick recap, and we will jump right into it. Let me just do a little music change here. Oh, I have so many tracks now. It's hard to keep track of all these tracks. Anyways, last we left off. You all left Fort Knucklebone on your infernal war machine, and as you were traveling across the wasteland, you noticed some dust appearing on the horizon and were very quickly realized you were being pursued by another infernal war machine being driven by Ragadraga, the wereboar that Kadam and Valor interacted with back at Fort Knucklebone. An intense infernal war machine car chase commenced as you went down a switchback. Ragadraga flew off the edge and crashed, and as you tried to zip past his war machine, the massive wrecking ball dangling off the back of the machine came swinging around and slammed directly into the front of your vehicle, bringing it to a complete and utter stop as it was crushed to nearly non-functional. And as you all, some of you tumbled off, you figured out what to do here. You promptly boarded his machine and promptly killed everyone on board. But Ragadraga was still alive. And he jumped into the cockpit and gunned the accelerator, sending the machine hurling off the side of the switchback off into the waste. And Kadam and Calliope held on, and with some clever spellcasting, Calliope cast Featherfall at the last possible second, so you all didn't take any fall damage as it went rocketing across the wasteland. And Calliope nearly killed Ragadraga, but in the last instant remembered what Kadam had said as Kadam called out, and instead you just horrifically pierced his hands to the dashboard and he passed out from pain, but he's still alive.
You're remembering a lot of details from this, Nathan.
We're the good guys, definitely.
Yeah. But he passed out. You have a new machine that you sent back towards your old one and spent some time salvaging, repairing. You managed to get your old machine barely limping along. And for any of you that were watching last time, we talked about the rule set, and instead of the kind of resurrection rules that players get, it's just going to be that the machine has 4 points of exhaustion. So it's traveling at half speed. So if you do wish to spend time to repair it, you can either choose to repair exhaustion or give it hit points. But nevertheless, you have two machines, one of which is severely damaged and limping behind the other. And as you were driving along for a few hours, Kadam, you're in the Tormentor, I believe, behind the Demon Grinder.
Mm-hmm.
in the Tormentor with Valor, and as you're trucking along, you hear movement in the back and see Ragadraga fluttering awake. Valor promptly sat on him, pushed the glaive into his neck as he woke up, and that is where we left off, with you looking down at the awakening Ragadraga. What do you do first, Kadam?
Stick my hand out the window and wave and yell and try and get Calliope's attention.
It probably takes a moment or two, but eventually, if Calliope you're driving, it's probably Pip leaning over to you and saying, "Oh, Kadam's waving."
They took their mirror back, so it's hard for me to say thanks. Then pull over.
Okay, so as it pulls off to the side and comes to a halt, you see the Tormentor kind of limping up behind you and coming to a halt as well. You're kind of pulled off to the side here in the wastes. You can see...
Is there a pulled off to the side, or have we just stopped?
Yeah, I'll say pulling off to the side is you've pulled up to what looks almost like kind of a... what would that be? Like a berm, you know, like some earth that is kind of almost carved up into like a wave almost, craggy earth. And you can see there is like just behind this kind of outcropping, there's like steam just kind of geysering out of cracks in the rock. But you have a little bit of shelter here next to this like big kind of berm you've pulled up next to. So that is pulling off to the side. Yeah. What do you all do?
I'll just shout over to Calliope and Pip, "Hey, Ragadraga's awake! Do you want to chat? I know I have a few questions. If you ever..."
We're coming over. You don't gotta yell. Opens the door.
All right.
Kind of climbs out. Again, too small for this vehicle, really.
Yeah, it is a massive, like, APC, even bigger than a Tormentor. The Tormentor being like a big rig semi-truck, hellish semi-truck. The Demon Grinder is at least twice as big. It has 3 massive chunky wheels made of like grinding metal, all kind of cascading up in size, so it's all kind of slanted downwards, and the front of it just has this like wood chipper-esque hellish mouth that's just constantly kind of... But you climb out of this massive vehicle.
Tiny little figure just like crawls out of it, hits the ground like the crunch of dust. I was just like, oh, okay.
Pip is like, I'm gonna hang back here for a moment. I need to take care of some things.
Okay.
And you see her slide down into the vehicle, pulling the shield in front of her as she slips down to have some one-on-one time with Gargouth. But yeah, Calliope comes toddling over, and you can crawl up into the... I imagine it's a toddle, maybe not. What do you think, Calliope?
I'll do a good toddle today.
I don't know. It's been a long day. You've flown off some
Driving
cliffs.
a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll stand.
But you come up into the Tormentor, and you can see there as you climb inside, Valor sitting on the belly of Ragadraga with the glaive pushed up into his neck, and Ragadraga just kind of sitting there breathing heavily, tusks sort of poking out.
Hi.
Is this looking at Ragadraga?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's just sitting there staring at you.
What was your plan exactly?
Was that directed at me or him?
Ragadraga, that one.
Oh, all right.
Did this just go really badly for you because you think you got bad luck? Or did you just, like, totally misjudge who you're gonna try to jump?
He kind of spits in your direction as best he can.
Man.
Just a big huff.
Well, you're alive right now because of this one. Had some questions for you. Or something, I don't know.
Ask away.
All right, so you bit me, which was a little forward of you, I must say. I'm not really into the biting stuff generally. And then you said, welcome to the family. And I would like to know a little bit more about this family that I might be joining, along the lines of who's in it and what are the various relations. How often do we have family reunions? Or are they required?
If I answer your questions, will you let me go?
Well, sure. I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere at the moment.
Yeah, I'll take my chances.
I look over at Calliope.
Yeah. I don't mind to say.
I would prefer if you don't come back later with a grudge.
Sure.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
It's 10.
10?
It's almost the lowest I can roll.
Indeed. Yeah, he's lying.
Okay. Oh, wow, okay. I see.
You promise to bring us another one of these machines, maybe, when you do come back?
I said it wouldn't come back.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. But, so when you don't come back, are you going to bring us another one? Because I like it.
Look, you let me go if I answer your questions or not. Also, hi, Happy Go Monkey.
I mean, all right. I just don't see how you will manage terribly well out here with nothing but what you're wearing.
I have my ways.
All right. Can I
Yeah,
learn
the man
about your
has his
ways,
ways.
please?
He has his ways. Okay.
Well, he kind of cranes his neck with the blade of the glaive still pushing into it, but he kind of like gestures in your direction, Kadam. If that bite there took effect, you'll be learning all sorts of new skills. That's what I meant by welcome to the family.
And is this going to be like a sudden and dramatic transformation? Will I be going through a second puberty? Like, what kind of timeline are we talking about here?
As long as you're down here, you'll be fine. Ain't no risk of it just taking effect. Sure, you've heard the stories about us werebeasts.
I have.
Yeah, well,
I've met a few of you.
You've probably noticed there ain't no moons down here.
I have noticed.
Yeah, you'll be fine. But if you feel it itching under your skin, one that wasn't there before, maybe try giving into it, see what happens.
And I imagine that control is a thing that one develops.
Oh, yes. Yes, one can develop control. Or one can just give into it. Well, not the control part, you know what I mean.
Running around and hunting for mushrooms? Truffles?
That's funny. No.
Thanks. I try, sometimes.
Eat whatever you want, but there is a certain desire for some flesh when it takes over. Oh, come now, you know pigs don't just eat truffles and veggies.
Oh, I know.
Where you from, anyways?
Well, you had a guess earlier, I believe, somewhere near the ocean.
That's right. Well, if you're from anywhere where there's, I don't know, unsavory types, then surely you know of that way of disposing of bodies.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just throw your chicken carcass to your pig.
Yeah, chickens. What else you want to know? I would like to get on my way.
So the family line was just to be cute. There ain't actually like,
Yes, I was being cute. There ain't no family reunions.
all right, all right. Bobby, you got anything more, Valor?
Sorry, this is. I didn't quite catch it. This guy bit you, and now you're gonna become one of them. I see. Yeah, yeah. Whew, that's a change.
Well, you might.
Yeah.
It may not have taken effect. You'll
Well-
just have to wait and see.
Oh, I guess we can just keep our fingers crossed.
Again, like timeline on that?
Just, if you feel the itch, maybe try giving in.
It's not particularly helpful.
No, it really ain't.
Well,
How
you know,
long?
time down here isn't very helpful. It's fucking
Okay.
the same type of day every day.
Let's just narrow it down a little bit. After you got bit, presumably, how long was it before your first transformation? It's story time.
And then the next full moon, that's when it happened to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that ain't happening anytime soon down here.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure when it's gonna take effect if it does.
It's awfully irresponsible of you.
Well, I wasn't planning on keeping you alive. Well, that's not true.
Yeah? What were your plans? Going back to my first question. What were you trying to do exactly?
I said I'd answer them's questions, not
Okay.
yours.
What were your plans here? I'm very interested. Calliope's got a good point.
Oh, you'd said I was being cute. Well,
I have been accused of being cute on occasion.
so have I. Look, we probably was gonna kill maybe one or two as you, but we was planning to keep some of you alive and make some coin back. You seem to be in tight with Mad Maggie. Maybe we would do a bit of ransoming, that's all. That thing is pretty common down here. And if not Mad Maggie, one of the other warlords, I'm sure, would take great interest in you. And if not one of the warlords, maybe an archdevil somewhere down here. Well, pit fiend, really. Archdevils are kind of hard to to talk with.
But that would have been so embarrassing. Can you imagine that? Like
What?
being dragged back to Mad Maggie, directed at Kadam, like right after we left. Oh, that would have been awful.
It would have been embarrassing, yeah. But, you know, I've been embarrassed before.
Look, I definitely underestimated all of you. So, bit of respect back towards you all, as angry as I am right now. You did a good job.
Yeah, that was nice with the wrecking ball that y'all did. I totally messed this one up. Like it's barely running.
Yeah, speaking of which, where's Jibs, Aussie Wagger, Finnick, Yiga? Any of them make it?
No.
They're all dead.
Yeah, alright. Any other questions?
I'm good.
No, I don't think so.
Alright then.
He looks up at Valor. Valor looks at you, Kadam.
Yeah, let him up.
She kind of looks down at him and then takes the glaive off of his neck and sits up. He just kind
kind of pushes himself up. The whole vehicle sort of groans and sort of bends under his weight with the suspension as he kind of presses himself up, straightening up.
I will dig into my pack
Mm-hmm.
and pull out a spare water bottle
Okay.
and hand that over to him.
He kind of looks at it, back at you. He'll take it, sort of slot it into his belt.
And if you want some healing, I can give that to you too.
I should manage. I'm actually curious. I want to look something up really quick. I thought they had some kind of regeneration, but I guess they don't. He kind of looks at his really severe wounds. You do see though, like even the God, the stigmata you gave him.
Stigmata! Oh my gosh.
Sorry. But you see the puncture wounds that you've given this big werebore in his hands. They are Kadam, I think you're the one that notices. They do seem to be kind of like they are sealing up. Like they're still there and you can see like raw flesh, but it is like sealed up more than you would have expected. So he does seem to have some amount of resiliency. But he looks at you as you offer that. I mean, I wouldn't say no.
All right. I will cast Cure Wounds on him at 2nd level.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
Wow, I rolled absolute shit.
Oh my god. So how much?
7 points.
Yeah, well, he got 7 points back. He's now at 8. He kind of gives a gruff. Doesn't quite say thank you, but gives you a nod and
That's
a look.
all right. That was real sad for a 2nd level.
Stands up and pushes himself out the door, looking back at you all one last time. And then you watch as he shape changes in front of you, the whole body kind of creaking and bending and he bends down into a massive boar, just a full-on boar as he and then goes galloping off back in the direction you all left, and away. See his little dust cloud starting to disappear as he gallops away. What do you all do?
One person's enough of a family, I guess. You don't need more than one. It's probably fine. Doesn't look like that bad a bite.
I don't think it's the severity of the bite, Calliope. Do I feel different?
Can you do like cleric stuff about it?
Are you asking me? Do you feel different? Man, make an insight roll on yourself.
And am I countering with persuasion or deception?
Yeah. No, you are. Yeah, no.
18.
Not really. You feel that. I mean, you purposely didn't channel the magic into the wound, so you still feel that exposed wound, and the kind of every time a little bit of the hot wind manages to come through the cab, it kind of stings, but it's not. It doesn't feel like a different type. It feels like what you'd expect.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
All right. I guess I just kind of keep an an ear out.
You know what they say, if you worry, that means you suffer twice. Gotta just
That,
keep moving.
yeah. I'll try not to worry. I don't even like. I mean, werewolves are the ones that people get so up in arms about, right?
I don't know if people are gonna make the distinction, honestly, if you start sprouting tusks.
I mean, I think I could pull off tusks.
Honestly, I could see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I could pull off tusks. I don't know about a ton of more body hair. That would probably be a little much. But we'll get to that if we get to that.
Second puberty, like you said.
Oh, God. First one wasn't much fun. We should probably keep going, though.
Yeah. Hopefully Pip's finished her conversation.
Yeah,
Did you see the fireball?
I did see the fireball.
Apparently that came from Pip.
No, I'm aware. I believe that came from Garkalf, not Pip.
That's a development.
It is.
Yeah.
Valor kind of leans in. Yes, I think I saw the flame shoot out of the shield, if I'm not mistaken. I was back there with her when it happened, and the whole shield sort of contorted the face, and then it just kind of, and the little beam shot out. So,
All right.
seems like Pip might have another new friend.
Yeah, it's good to see Gargath event like being useful, finally. It's been long enough.
That's fair.
We should talk with Pip about what deal she made, both with Gargalth and Mad Maggie. Not right this minute, but like, I don't know, tonight, tomorrow.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that this whole thing would be like wrapped up before that kind of like came back to bite us, but this does seem like it's going to be a longer haul, and knowing more is always better.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I will keep all of you updated on how I feel. This ain't gonna be like some secret me trying not to worry y'all, alright?
Yeah, sounds good. It'll be fine.
This ain't a situation for dramatic tension.
It's like in those stories where people like get bit by like, some sort of undead and that they like hide it and stuff. We're not doing that.
No, none of that.
What if you like sigh dramatically and like cover up your wound with your hand? Just a little bit?
Well, I mean, I could. I think it would make most sense to then cast Cure Wounds on it. But,
yeah, that would probably even work, right? If the bite doesn't happen, I don't know. Y'all divine types. I can never keep track of it.
well, now I roll an 8.
See, I told you, works fine. Just like Pip's contracts. Just hoping that this all gets wrapped up before there's any sort of consequences.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So you're gonna trek on?
Yes.
Okie doke.
I will toddle back over to the demon grinder. Do some stretches.
Awesome.
That thing needs some sort of springs or ways to cushion. not the most comfortable ride.
As you both get back into the driver's seats of your respective vehicles, you fire them up once more, and they and start to out across the waste. with the Tormentor behind it, kind of sort of having a hard time. Also, Calliope, as you're sitting in the Demon Grinder, you are noticing the difference in the sound as you travel, where as the Tormentor just had that low grumbling growl, this has the ever-present, just consistent sound of this sort of strange, almost multitude of voices, but it's one voice of just this kind of under it all as it drives across. But you drive.
Pip, you navigated?
Oh yeah, of course. Seems like we're going on the right direction, and I set up the little hand there in front of you. Just follow it, and you can see it now that the hand is dangling there in front of you, like one of those dice that dangle in a car, and the finger is just pointing in the direction that you're driving. And as
your compatriot, your ovular compatriot, have anything to say? Maybe your circumlocutor, locutor.
Well, sure. He says that we're going in the right direction.
Great, awesome.
And as you continue to drive, various environmental pieces passing you, strange mesas, gullies, pools of what look to be thick, dark, black blood. At one point you drive past an area that it looks like a lake. And as you kind of skirt around the edge of it, you can see that it is just thick black goo, and there are like pieces of parts sort of sticking out of it, and hands and limbs as you skirt around this massive, strange, thick body of liquid.
Does it look like Demon Acre?
Make a perception roll.
Shock oil.
19.
It does look like Demon Acre. I mean, it's very unrefined. It's just a massive lake of it, but yeah.
I'd like to stop.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this has also piqued Calliope's interest.
Okay.
Can we just? Is this just a big pool of fuel? Can
Well,
we just
that's
fill
what
up
I'm
on this?
wondering.
Yeah. And I want to like inspect and like stick a stick or something into it, or a bone probably, using the natural landscape, and like kind of see does it have like the same like viscosity as
Yeah.
the stuff in the flask?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check as you grab a bone and start to stick it into
I
there.
love these. 16.
A 16? Yeah, this is definitely Demon Ichor. It is completely like raw Demon Ichor. It could probably work. And you do see there are like still like partial limbs kind of poking out of it, which is a bit interesting because like they're not fully dissolved. And as you're sort of stirring the stick in the goo, you can see some of them sort of like start to twitch and move as you're swirling it in the goo. This is probably Kadam notices this as you, Calliope, are sitting there just like poking it. Yeah. But yeah, it does appear to be Demon Ichor.
I'll get a couple more flasks of this stuff.
Yeah, let's
Andy.
get what we can. Would you like my gloves? Or do you have gloves yourself?
I got gloves. Thanks.
All right.
Okay. So you have a couple flasks that you can use?
I believe so. I've used up flasks of things, and I know
Okay.
that Pip definitely has them.
Okay.
Um,
I would like those things to be tracked if possible.
Whenever I use a potion, then I'll, I guess,
Yeah,
add a
mark that
flask.
you have an empty
sort of.
potion vial. That works.
Okay.
I would say
I haven't been
have
tracking
you,
it so far.
That's fine.
with
Yeah.
it.
Have you?
There's at least like 2 or 3.
You've used at least 2 or 3 potions. Let's here. I'll do this.
We could just roll a 1d4 maybe.
Yeah. Okay, 3. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Sure. You can have 3 empty potion vials. And if you want to try to collect this, I will need you to make, let's see here. I'm going to call this a dex check to try to carefully collect this demon ichor out of this lake of goo.
I will guide you.
Cool. Just straight up dex?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Dex.
Plus proficiency? This feels kind of similar to the, like, messing with the whole companion situation. It's like we're gathering a power source.
Yeah, I don't think so, because you're
fair.
literally using just a vial that you have. Like, there's no
And some
specialized
bones,
like tools you have with you. So,
Okay.
yeah.
1d20 plus 1d4 plus 2
Yes.
is a 7.
Ooh, fun. Okay, hold on. A 7.
Do I get some bits in it? Do I get some chunks?
Okay, so first thing that happens, you go for the first vial and you extend it down. Well, describe to me how you're trying to scoop this up.
I think I'm gonna get the most ladle-like bone, and
Oh,
maybe
so you're doing that, like trying to put it in. Okay,
I think so. So.
You're trying to be as careful as you can with these improvised tools, and as you get the
Do you want a
second,
spoon?
as you get the second ladle,
I don't want to ruin the spoon.
as you get distracted
I
by
got this.
Kadam, like saying this, like I don't want to do that, and as you're doing that, you kind of slightly drift over the lip of the vial with this ladle-like bone, and in one big glob, just and it slaps right onto your skin. I need you to make a con save as it just kind of hits your skin and sort of drips there. It is thick, viscous, and it immediately sends this like tingling sensation down your
21.
arm. But you quickly flick, and it all kind of slides off, and there's some residue there, but it doesn't seem to have done anything to you. But that is one flask that has been filled.
Hey, do you got any soap? Actually,
Of course.
Could I? I don't like.
Why don't
looking
you
at it.
finish first?
That's smart.
All right, so this will be 2 more dex checks to see if you can get the last 2.
I will guide you for both of them.
Okay.
18 and 24, nat
Nice.
20.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. The last 2, you were being much more careful. You're not being distracted by Kadam, and you managed to fill up the final 2 vials of demon ichor. As you're kind of packaging the last 2 up and you're putting them into your pouch at your side, as you're just about to flip down the pouch, you see the first one that you had in there. Something inside of the vial is kind of slapping against the side of the glass.
Put the plug in there. Cool.
Okay, and just put it in. Okay, there you go. Three more.
I'm sure the demon grinder has some like filters or something inside it.
3 more vials.
I have
of
ideas.
demon ichor.
Got it.
All right, so you jump back into your vehicles and continue on your way.
Yeah.
Okay, so going.
I mean, I wish fueling, the dragoons was that easy. Just you pull over anywhere and just fill up. Can you imagine?
Should have done water-powered dragoons.
Yeah, water. I mean, it has power, but only when it's high up. And the problem is once you get it down, then it's kind of a one-time use situation.
Sure, Calliope. That was just me thinking about what was plentiful and nearby.
Yeah.
You hop into the vehicles and continue driving, and it takes at this point you've been awake. Another 2 hours pass, and you've been awake for, it's hard to know exactly, but you've been awake for about 12 hours. So you're really starting to feel the weight of the day starting to weigh on you. You're starting to feel that sensation of kind of sleepiness just washing over you, despite the lack of change of light. Do you want to continue to press on, or what are you thinking here?
Well, this is a marathon, not a sprint, so might as well find a place that looks relatively sheltered.
Maybe we could start like sleeping in shifts. I mean, with these devices, they can just like keep going. We can travel while sleeping. It's like a carriage.
I suppose. We've all been awake, though.
Yeah, that is an issue with this plan. Okay, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. We saw visions of Zariel today. Do you remember that? That was this morning.
We did. She also spoke with me.
Yeah, that was also upsetting. I'm glad we're far away from the place where she spoke to you. Just in case there was any kind of like geo information. Geotag. That's the word.
I don't think that makes any difference, but maybe. I don't know. Clappy, it's my birthday.
Happy
It's been a weird day.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
You got a new family member, potentially? I'm
Evidently.
Just kidding.
I talked with my sister this morning, and
Oh, yeah?
she said it was my birthday soon. So I just decided that this afternoon would be my birthday.
That's a way to have birthdays. Yeah.
I never imagined I would be here.
How is she doing?
Oh, well,
Great. Yeah?
yeah, we didn't leave her in a good position, and it doesn't sound like things are going well.
But she's still alive, and that's something.
Yeah,
That seemed ambiguous. So, good news. Happy birthday.
thanks. Do we find a place that looks relatively sheltered?
One of you can make a survival roll.
Survival. I mean, mine's all right.
Why don't you make the roll?
Okay. Oh, well, I rolled a nat 19, so 24.
Nice. Yeah. You can. Yeah, you see cresting the horizon something large. It looks like a structure which maybe gives you pause, but you can tell that it is at an odd angle, much like any of the ruins you've seen around here. And as you get closer and closer to it, you can see what looks like the front of some sort of building that has the building is sort of stretching up above you as you approach it a good 40 feet, and it has these huge pillars, almost like the the Parthenon style of the front of that building, and it looks like you could probably pull both vehicles into it, like kind of like a garage. And the whole thing is sunken into the earth at like a 45-degree angle, so that as you start to pull the vehicles down into it, you kind of go down this rocky sort of slope into the bowels of this building. And as you get inside, kind of pulling in, dust sort of filling the space and starting to settle. Here in the dim light, you look around and you can see what look to be worn away statues, missing heads and arms that are actually quite elegant and beautiful, that are sort of crushed into the earth, some of their torsos peering out. They all look to be essentially like, again, very for our world, like Greek-esque sculptures of the human form, some of what might be other species. It's hard to tell because you're kind of just seeing like torsos, but there are a couple heads that appear. We can see more elongated ears, and there even appear to be towards the back where the rubble sort of settles, and it looks like the rest of the building is just buried under all this rubble. You are basically where the roof would be at the back of this building. And you can see a bit of the wall exposed, and there look to be old, like, pipes that are kind of crushed and poking out of the wall on this back side of the building. But it is a large space. As I said, the front of it was a good 40 feet up, and when you get back into the back part here, you have a good maybe 20-foot ceiling, and you travel a decent distance to get to the very back of this building. Probably close to how big would this be? Like 80 feet or something. It's a large structure that is buried here in the wastes.
Does the architecture and statuary ring any bells? Like, is it familiar in any way?
Make a history check.
Well,
Oh, can I also?
Yeah, totally.
history.
History comes up so rarely.
14.
14.
26.
26. Man. Calliope, this like style of architecture is it's I'm trying to think. It's probably it's odd. It's like you're seeing elements throughout history kind of woven into this structure, and all of it gives you this sense of like it was designed to be very pleasing for as many cultures as possible, if that makes sense. Like kind of like this almost like broad appeal, because you are seeing like little elements in here. Like sure, the front of the building had a very distinctive style, but inside, like even with the statues, you're seeing sort of slightly different aesthetics within them, and different aesthetics in the kind of details of the pillars and the walls.
I think the way that Calliope like says this, it's just like, oh, nah, lazy. Like, I saw a play once that just had like these creatures with metallurgy that like hadn't been invented yet in the period of the play. It's like this anachronism thing, and these people they didn't do their research. It's from all over these like different cultures, and like we'll point out a couple like different specifics. It's like, that's an Ionic column, and over there that doesn't match the style of that Dorthic.
Amazing.
Type of like
Doric.
statuary.
Yeah, and
Dwarfic, actually.
and it is the styles that you are seeing are like a good probably 2,000 plus years old. Like they are old architectural styles that are being displayed here.
All right.
Period piece.
And you said you got a 26. You got an 1826. You can tell this used to be like essentially a grand bathhouse, based on the pipes and the way it's laid out.
I was gonna ask about those pipes. They
Yeah.
have plumbing?
Yeah.
I mean, plumbing is relatively ancient technology.
Yeah, but not. Yeah, it's fine. There's different styles of different cultures. Like these folks are using metal lined ones, but like back in this period, depends on like the area, but like there's more of like open face, like stone aqueducts.
Oh,
There's
sure.
the style of those Ionic columns.
All right.
So yeah, it's a strange structure, and it's a strange thing to see here in a basically blasted hellscape. This appears to have been at one time a elegant bathhouse, albeit a hodgepodge mess from Calliope's eyes, but nonetheless it used to be some sort of very well-made, elegant bathhouse.
Mm-hmm.
But you are out of the open. You are in an enclosed space, and yeah. What were you gonna say, Kadam?
Oh, I'll pitch the tents.
Okay, yeah.
This kind of takes me back. We met in a bathhouse. Remember that? Kinda. That was our first little.
I remember rescuing you and Pip in a bathhouse.
Yeah, that's the one.
I think we met in a closet.
Was that it?
Yeah, you were hiding in the Temple of Gond, and Manfred's
yeah,
knife
right.
demon. Yeah.
Right.
I wonder how he's doing.
Gond?
Manfred.
Oh, yeah, Manfred. I was gonna say Gond's probably fine.
God is probably just fine.
They didn't appreciate it. They bring me in for this workshop. They make a lot of noise about like intercity collaboration stuff, but they just wanted my secrets. They were just hungry. They had nothing to offer. And then they stick me in that. Oh,
I imagine you
Overrated.
loved every moment of it.
it was fantastic. And Manfred, of course, wonderful to see that boy.
We'll settle down for the evening.
Okay.
Do you want to pull out a soul coin
Okay.
at some point when things have kind of settled down a bit?
Sure. What do you want to do with it? Kadam. I mean, so you have it.
Does Kadam know what Kadam wants to do with it?
I
Or
mean,
it's just
you have it in your palm of your hand, and again, it is like as soon as you touch it, it's like this awful feeling just washes over you, a pit in your stomach, and it feels way heavier than it should resting there in the palm of your hand.
Can you hear me?
You suddenly hear a voice in your head. What do you want to know?
I was wondering if there was anyone in here. If there was a person.
Yes, I am here. I am here. You realize that the coin has been kind of heating up in your hand, and then it goes cold.
Can I? Oh gods, do I want to do that? I want to see if I can seat myself in the coin alongside this person.
I'm sorry, one more time?
I want to see if I can seat myself in the coin alongside this person.
Seat yourself?
Yeah, like, can I put myself into the coin? Do I get the sense that that's possible?
Make. So how are you trying to seat yourself in it? You're trying to will yourself into the coin?
I'm honestly thinking about what Zoriel did earlier, of like, I felt her presence.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try and do the same thing, but like in the coin and in a more friendly manner?
Just make a wisdom check.
Real stupid. 18.
You don't feel like you're kind of having this thought and maybe trying to will yourself into it, and you just become increasingly aware of the fact that this coin is kind of getting heavy in your hand.
Mm. Are you still there?
You feel the coin start to heat up once more. What do you want to know? The voice comes back in your head.
Do you want to be where you are?
I was brought here. I don't remember. I don't want to be here. The coin goes cold.
Gosh. How stupid do I get with this? I'm gonna... am I? Okay. I'm gonna cast Banishment
Okay.
on the soul, if I can.
What does the spell say?
That's what I'm looking up right now. 4th level.
Just using up all our soul coins. These people are currency, Kadam.
One creature I can see.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. You cast Banishment on the coin. Does it? It suddenly in your hand, you watch the coin just and disappear.
And if I wait the whole minute, does it come back?
The coin rests there at your feet. Is this all happening? Like, are you trying to do this in private? Did you like step out of the tent for a bit to go do this?
That's a great question. Yes.
Okay. So I'm visualizing this, unless you have something in mind. I think maybe you're kind of... The tents are sort of between the two infernal war machines, and you're probably kind of towards the back wall, sort of behind maybe like the demon grinder, the bigger one. So it's resting there in the rubble at your feet.
I'll pick it up again.
You feel that sensation again and feel the weight in your hand.
I'm not sure if I can help you.
You start
But,
to feel it heat up once more.
Do you have a name or something you'd like me to call you?
You feel that warmth building in your hand. And you hear the voice creep into your mind once more. I think I was called Farah. Farah. And the coin goes cold, and as you look at it, the weight becomes lighter and lighter in your hand, and then you watch as this rust forms in the middle, and it rapidly rusts away, and the coin just dissolves into a pile of rust in your hand, and you just faintly hear a sound kind of into the wind.
Farah? Wait a minute. I'll push back into the tent.
Okay. So you lost one soul coin. Mark that off.
All right. Um. Y'all, soul coins have people in them.
That's why they're called soul coins.
Valor's kind of sitting up. Where's this coming from, Kidam?
I opened my hand to show the rust.
Ah, that's had a number done on it.
Oh, that used to be a coin?
This used to be Farah.
Who's that?
Yeah, Valor looks at you,
I-
Calliope.
I don't know, the person who used to be here.
Hold on. What happened?
I just thought I might ask it some questions and see if I got any answers, and I did.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. There was someone in here who wanted to know what I wanted to know. And so I asked them if they...
And was it like a conversation sort of thing, or like a call and response sort of thing? Some objects like are triggered.
Kind of
to,
call
like-
and response.
Yeah.
Like I would ask direct questions, and then they would answer, and then they said their name and dissolved. I tried
Okay.
banishing it to see if I could like get the soul out.
Yeah.
That didn't work.
It's not the first exorcism that you've done, but I guess we're learning how to do other ones. How long did it go? Was there a limit to the number of questions that you can ask a soul coin? That's good to know.
I asked 3 questions. I don't know if that was what the
Yeah.
trigger was, though. I asked their name, and they answered and then vanished. Names have power. It could be that.
Yeah, maybe. My money's on like this is just like a utility of soul coins. Like they have some sort of domain of knowledge. It would have been really interesting to see what else they could know. Like things like where do we go to get X? That's good. That's good to know that that's an option, maybe.
Yeah. I would
Sorry.
like to prioritize using our demon ichor.
Do we know what happens? What happened to? Sorry. What happens to Farah?
I don't know. I don't know if they like dissolved or went somewhere, or I don't know.
Hey, Gargath.
No, Gargalth.
What happens to soul coins when they die? We got metaphysics questions.
Oh, we have potential Nathan muted. We
Oh
can
no,
hear
I
him.
was
Oh,
muted. Yeah, thank you. I was muted.
okay.
Sorry. Pip wakes up, puts the shield there, rests on it. Gargal's voice creeps into your minds. Gargal says, "What do you want to know?"
What happens to soul coins after they get all used up?
It depends on how they're used.
Questions?
Oh,
Assuming the questions are what used it up. That's my working hypothesis here.
yes, you can speak to the soul within a number of times, depending on how
3.
much power is left.
Okay.
3 is the max number of times you can
talk to the soul within and pry it for answers. After which point, the soul is freed from the coin and then returns back to the sticks to reform. Or, be scooped up and processed once more to be turned back into a coin. Whatever happens first.
So it just kind of moves on to the next part of this horrible, horrible cycle we're finding ourselves in down here.
Yes.
I see. Would you describe yourself as a large soul coin? I'm now noticing the resemblance. You're a big metal circle. We ask you questions. You sometimes shoot fireballs now. That's a nice development.
If only it were that easy for me to just answer questions and be free of this shield.
You could say us. That is allowed.
I love you all. You're great.
I've grown quite fond of you too.
Yes, quite charmed. Anything else?
I'm good. Oh, wait. Can they be used for anything else? Also, what sort of things do they know? Like, we could do some more exploratory questions, like testing, but then that would use them up. And like I said, you're not a coin, so we don't have to worry about that with you.
They know only what they knew in life. Even that is a bit unreliable, but...
That seems pretty limited. It's just like asking a guy.
But if you know which soul is inside a coin, it could be useful. They are compelled to answer. No deception involved.
Pip, that gun of yours turns people into soul coins.
What? I was sorry. I was falling asleep. It's fine.
He
wasn't involving me in the conversation.
Nah, you're good. This is me talking out loud. So, like, if your gun there kills someone, gets turned into a soul coin, then Mad Maggie has it. Does Mad Maggie know who you're killing, maybe? That seems like it would make a soul coin dramatically more useful.
Probably, but I don't know if it makes them directly into coins. I think she still has to take... She mentioned someone named by Mammon?
Mammon.
Mammon?
Yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah? You're a fan? Another person you love and appreciate?
Yes. So much.
But yeah, I suppose that if I were to kill someone, they went to Maggie, and then we were to find Maggie, and then tell Maggie, oh, that one there, once it becomes a coin, we want it?
It was a guy.
It was a guy, right.
Yeah.
Did I kill anyone with this while we were in Baldur's Gate? I think I killed a bunch of rats or something like that.
Rat soul coin.
You killed a guard in the bathhouse.
Oh. All right. Well, we could probably go try to find that fella.
I guess so. Interesting. Well, if you don't mind, this is a good learning exercise. Knowing more is always good. I feel like if it doesn't actually free them from the cycle and we can't actually do anything to help them in their predicament, maybe we could use these soul coins on other things.
I won't go asking any more questions without passing it by the group. That's for certain.
Yeah. Good to know.
The screams coming from the demon grinder are not encouraging.
It's true. That is a kink. That is definitely limits this thing's utility and user friendliness.
Yeah.
We could put some mufflers on it, maybe?
Well, I was thinking, like, I don't think we can, take out the soul coin that it's currently running on, but from here on out, if we could, prioritize using the demon ichor for fuel, that would be real nice.
Yeah, we got plenty of it. I got 9 flasks currently.
Amazing. I have 1.
Nice.
All right.
And we know a flask is good for
24 hours.
24
24
hours.
hours. 10 days. We'll have this whole thing wrapped up by then.
And for simplicity's sake, we'll just say, every time you take a long rest and you start a new day, that's just a new flask. Like, I don't want to be like counting hours down if you're cool with that.
Great.
Oh, but you want me to count flasks. I see how
do.
it is.
Yes, I do want you to count flasks, but not hours. I think that's reasonable, personally. Okay, anything else?
Don't got nothing.
Yeah, I'm happy to go to bed.
I'm putting away all these prepared spells that I prepared for the race that I was expecting to have to do. Long strider, don't need that. Jump, don't need that.
Oh, man.
I would have lost that race so bad. Depending on the terrain. Depending on the terrain. If it was like climb a building, I might have done better.
Yeah. Okay, you all bed down. For since we're almost at 9, for the sake of expediency here, you have your watches, but the rest period goes by without issue. You just, every time you're on watch, you can see out beyond the pillars the Avernus landscape, and it's interesting because each time one of you takes watch, it seems to have shifted and sometimes looks entirely different from what you remembered. But periodically you get the sound of the hot wind blowing through the pillars, and the wind itself at times almost sounds like cries or screams. It's disconcerting as it howls through the pillars. But you all manage to get a sleep and get a long rest and wake up the following hellish day. You all level up. We can do that here on stream if we want. I don't know if y'all have everything ready to go.
I haven't rolled for hit points for either of my people.
So maybe, hit points is quick. We could do that right now, if y'all want to. And then when Pip gets back, we'll have Pip roll. So yeah, why don't we do that? Go ahead and roll your hit points. Reroll ones.
Don't roll.
You don't roll. That's right. You don't roll. Kadam rolls. So Kadam.
That's cool.
I rolled a 3 for Kadam.
Oh man.
It's just slightly. Oh, and a 1 for.
That's a reroll for.
Okay, for Valor. An 8 for Valor.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
There we go. So a 3 and an 8. What's wrong?
My new ability is so good.
Your
It's
new ability?
incredible.
Oh, level 9. Oh, is level 9 like a subclass ability?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, boy.
It's so exciting.
Do you want to share or do you want to wait until it
I'm
comes
gonna
out?
wait.
Okay.
Okay, I get to do more damage or heal people when I hit things.
You couldn't wait. Okay, awesome. I'm excited.
I did wait.
I'm excited.
Ooh,
Does Kadam
Like a
get...
lot more.
Yeah. Kadam also gets a subclass ability?
I get level 5 spells.
Okay,
that's my
there you
subclass
go.
ability.
That's, I mean, yeah.
I can scream.
Oh.
Wait, yeah, what'd you get at level 5? What'd you clerics get?
I mean, I haven't looked thoroughly, but like Scry has been on my radar.
Oh,
Yeah.
Would make
man.
Nathan's life even more difficult.
Not only do you get to talk with anybody, you get to see anybody.
You could just look at whoever you want. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. You can scry on... We need to start collecting body parts. Is that how scry works?
Yeah. If
Does
you
it
have
actually help?
if you have a body part, it hugely helps.
Oh, we should have kept Ragged Dragon's hair.
I might still have some spittle on my clothing,
Oh god.
but we can. I mean, I still have Amric and I have Amric's head. Ooh. Actually, before I went to bed last night, could I have pulled out Amric's head and recast
Oh my god. Oh my god.
gentle repose upon it? I'm
sure.
a day over.
Yes, of course.
Okay. And
So now
also
it's-
the other guy.
So now Amric has 9 days until he's decomposed to beyond being able to talk to him.
I genuinely don't.
No? Okay, never mind. Sorry, you
I
said
just
a
don't
day
want
over.
my bag to stink.
Yeah. Okay.
So I cast it on the other guy's head, whose name I can never remember as well.
I don't remember the 2 heads you had. You had Amric and did you have one of the other
Was it a
brothers?
guard
Or
from
a guard?
the gate?
No,
Avernus?
it was the bald guy who used to rule Elturel.
Oh my god, Thavius Krieg?
Fabius Creed.
Yeah, that's right. You have Thavius Krieg's head and Amric's head. Oh my god. So just in the middle of the night, just pull these heads out, put them back in.
Just want to keep them fresh.
As you put in the final head back in your bag, you hear on the window.
So part of gentle repose is you have to put 2 coins on their faces.
Oh.
And what I imagine, because I'm sure things would get jumbled around in the bag of holding, you have to like wrap it. So I guess you just like unwrap it from previous one, like flip the coins over like flipping a pillow. and then
Dust them off.
That's exactly what's happening.
I love it.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah. So they're still preserved in your bag.
Great.
You have Thavius Krieg and Amric in your bag. Yeah. Enters Avernus' cleric, returns to material plane as necromancer.
So Olive and I were talking.
I saw the text thread. Yes.
Yeah, I liked it how we had a fight and then we came out of it with like the demon grinder, like more combat muscle than we started with. And then I was like, oh, we should do that more often. Then I realized that that's necromancer thinking.
I mean, I do have Animate Dead.
There you go. Why aren't you using it all the time? Why don't we got bone buddies?
Bone buddies.
Bone buddies.
I
We
think
got
they'd
big
be-
dummy, little dummy, bone buddy.
A necromancer is just a healer that arrives late. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
All right.
Any
Well,
bones around.
the next day comes to. You all get your rest. Do your morning routines, whatever those may be, to hold on to some sense of normalcy down here in hell. But eventually you. Do you want to do anything before you leave? Calliope, I guess maybe for Calliope here. Are you gonna try to do any work on the tormentor?
Oh, yes,
for an hour?
absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
It'll take it. It's an hour of work, but you can spend an hour of work.
We gotta start getting those levels of exhaustion.
You want to start with the
let's
exhaustion? Okay, cool.
concentrate on those.
100%.
I need to pull up my.
I can't believe we rolled in that one last time we tried.
I need to pull up my cheat sheet. I'm trying to remember what the roll is. I have a cheat sheet here.
I volunteer Pip to assist.
There you go. So you can get advantage.
And yeah, what were we rolling again?
Yeah, hold on. I have a cheat sheet. I should probably just share this with you at some point. I just didn't want to because maybe I'll try to edit this because there's a section that lists all the different types of mishaps that can happen, and I don't really want
Yeah.
you to be able to see that.
Fair.
Okay, so repairing. Make.
I have 3rd level spells.
Make,
my God.
Make an intelligence check using. You can use tools. So you have tools that you can use for this. So go ahead and make an intelligence check plus your proficiency bonus with tools. So yeah,
At advantage.
at advantage.
Okay. Sorry, my numbers have just changed.
Oh,
is
and-
your proficiency bonus up as well?
All my numbers are different on my sheet.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, has our proficiency bonus gone up?
Does it
I
go to
assume so,
plus
like,
4
my-
at level 9?
My Arcana is up to plus 13.
Holy sh!
And that changed, and I think the only way that it could have changed is if
Your
proficiency
bonus
changed.
went up.
I'm getting plus 10 to attacks now. And it used to be plus 9, yeah, so it must have been...
Proficiency
Okay.
bonus +4 at level 9. Yeah.
Great.
Okay. So then it's intelligence. I always love counting out big numbers, which is plus 5. And then double proficiency.
+8.
+8
So plus 13.
Yeah, at advantage.
at advantage.
Yeah, that's a 29.
Yeah, you easily repair 1 point of exhaustion. So, all that happens is the hit point maximum what was halved. It's now back to normal. So.
But the hit points is still like at 1.
At 1, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, because you have to specifically. It's not like a creature. You have to specifically take the time to repair it.
I think me leveling up here is me getting into the guts of this and like
Yeah.
actually having some one-on-one quality time
Cool.
with a new device,
Mm-hmm.
and it's given me some ideas.
I like it. Okay.
The screams are a problem, though. I need to try to see if I can get some mufflers on it or something.
Just make while you're working in there, just make a straight intelligence check.
Okie dokie. That's a 7. I
Okay.
rolled a 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I'm just realizing this now, talking about levels of exhaustion, but Valor and I both had 2 levels of exhaustion yesterday, and I did not apply those to any of the checks I made.
It's okay. We are gonna move on. You now have 1 level.
We
of
now both have
exhaustion.
1, and I have written it down in my notes.
There you go. That is totally fine. Everyone will be just fine, and our lives will continue as normal. And
It's true.
And we told a fun story, so think we're doing good. Okay.
Haste! I can fly!
Oh
The
no.
dummy can fly now!
Oh no.
No longer. I have revivify.
What?
I
Wait,
can
you
revivify
do?
things. Yeah.
What
And I have diamond dust that I haven't told you about yet.
That's true.
What have I done? What
my
has this
God.
game done?
Oh my goodness.
I have Penny
This-
Servant, potentially, which is another littlest dummy.
Oh my god.
Littlest dummy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Arc F2. Oh Lord, Calliope. Artificer Insanity. Well,
Food water.
as
45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water. Could you already do that?
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
we are because this is a shorter show. We're not playing with strict survival rules, which this campaign would lend itself to because you are in a hellish wasteland. But we're just gonna not worry about that. But that
We are at the
spell.
level where I could just mark off a spell slot every day and we'd be fine.
Yeah, we could do that, but it's fine. Let's just unless you want to, Claire, for fun. Like if that is fun for you to do, you can. But
Love to mark off a spell slot and not spend
Hey,
any narrative time on it.
I'm one of those sickos that really enjoys playing with encumbrance on, and I'm like, ooh, how do I make sure that I can? So
Bag of holding is always the question.
I
though,
know,
to
yeah.
answer.
yeah, it's the loophole. Bag of holding technically has a limit, which one of my home groups had the horrifying discussion. They found a thread that talked about using the bag of holding as a weapon and filling it with mayonnaise and then turning it inside out, and it would shoot, I think it was 500 gallons of mayonnaise out in 6 seconds. Anyways, okay. So
Sounds like
Doesn't
something
Pip-
that group would figure.
Didn't
yeah.
Pip have a jug that could produce mayonnaise?
Yes, this is why
Yes.
this discussion came up. Okay, so all right, so
Oh, Lord.
super sidetracked, but since we're almost at time here, I want to bring us to a nice closing point. So as you do your morning routines and eventually get back into the vehicles, and Calliope, you've done some repair on that one, you once more vroom, off into the wastes, and it's another long day of travel. A good 8 hours pass of just driving through the wastes, going past all these strange landmarks. At one point, you can see far off in the distance these like sort of amorphous, lumpy shapes, kind of almost like elongated spheres, but there's a lot of like organic lumps to them that are just, they seem to be hovering off the landscape far off in the distance. And as you're kind of barreling along and kind of glance over at them, every once in a while you swear you see dark shapes sort of flitting out of them and off into the wasteland. The day continues to go on and on through the various crags and rocks until, as you start to approach that 8-hour mark, you can see on the horizon, and that whole time that hand has been sort of adjusting, and Calliope, you have to correct and wheel the vehicle in the direction of the hand and continue on that path, and then once more correct as the day goes on. It's odd. It's like the hand is never consistent. It keeps continuing to shift and move throughout the day. And at one point you swear that it rotates all the way back, and you find yourself turning and backtracking in the direction that you just came, but none of your tracks are there, and you're just heading off.
Are you sure this thing is working, Pip?
Fuck if I know. I mean, Gargoth says we're going in the right direction, and
that's a reliable source.
Mad Maggie, and as you're like having this not argument, but you're kind of like having this discussion with Pip, that's towards the end of this 8-hour mark, and that's when Pip goes, "Wait, hold up, Calliope, what? There's something coming." And as you turn to look, you can see on the horizon what looks to be kind of a rocky mesa sort of going up, and up at its peak over by the edge of the cliff, there is a jet black spire rising up into the sky that is starting to get closer and closer. My question is, you're approaching what looks to be a tower. You all know where you're trying to get to. You're trying to get to Arkhan's tower. And you can see, Calliope, that the hand is pointing directly at this tower that is starting to rapidly approach on the horizon. What's your strategy here of approaching this tower?
Huddle time. Pull off to the side of, again, big featureless plane
Yeah.
for the like feeling of the thing.
Yeah. But yeah, Kadam, you see Pip, waving out the side, and you pull over and come to a stop and huddle up.
And we make sure that at least one of us has this tower in view the whole time.
Yeah, for sure. I'll say that Valor volunteers. She kind of sits off to the side listening and just staring at it.
Okay.
Lulu's still there. Lulu flutters up next to you, the little golden elephant. All right, yeah, what's the plan?
This plan is bonkers. So, let me get this straight. We are going to petition a avatar of Tiamat the Dragon Queen to try to spark off a civil war-ish, cold civil war in Avernus, where hopefully it's in her interest to knock Zariel down a couple pegs because we have her pocket change.
Well, I was thinking that the pocket change would be for Arkhan to get us in the door.
Okay, yeah.
And then from there, it's like, we'll do your dirty work if you help us do your dirty work. We'll
Our
help
dirty
you.
work could be your dirty work.
Yeah.
Well, you never know unless you try. This seems insane. But that seems to be the mode of the game.
Yeah.
Hey, Pip, you're good at doing some talking. You're gonna do great.
Right. Sure. Yeah, I'll do great. I think Kadam's actually quite good at it, though. Have you not seen
Yeah,
Kadam?
that's true. That's true.
Kadam can be quite persuasive.
I am willing to give it a go. I have never met the dragon goddess before, but I guess I have spoken with a god, so I got that going for me.
You're qualified. You're hired,
Hey.
kid.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna just drive straight up to the tower?
So,
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So, as you brake, jump into your vehicles, and start driving towards the tower, it continues to loom and get closer and closer and closer. You can see there's kind of these like hazy plumes of smoke rising up all around it and at the base of the mesa. And as you get closer to it, you can see there are rivulets of lava sort of pouring down the side of the mesa into these larger banks of lava that are just slowly bubbling down at the base of this cliff. It looks as though the cliff does kind of slope down off to the right, and there's a larger road that leads up to the base of the tower that kind of curves down to the plain that is below this cliff. As you correct your vehicles to head towards that road to start going up towards the tower, curving around, you look up and can see this thing is rising up probably 300 feet into the air, just jet black. There's various... Oh, first time chat. Oh, we got a raider.
Welcome, everyone.
Hello,
it's
welcome.
time
10
for
people.
us to be
I
wrapping
know.
it up.
We're always wrapping up right when a raid shows up. Why? What are y'all doing showing up so late?
Don't you know it's bedtime?
It is.
Yeah,
I'm an old
whippersnappers.
man and I go to bed early, and I'm no fun. But anyways, yeah, y'all are curving your vehicles up this curving your vehicles up this road towards the tower. And it's probably a good 200 feet away at this point as your vehicles are rapidly approaching, probably starting to put the brakes on a little bit as you... Can both of you make perception rolls as you start to approach the tower?
13.
13, okay.
And 23.
Wow. So Kadam, you have like dust in your face from the demon grinder in front of you, and you can see the tower obviously looming above the demon grinder, but I think that's kind of all you have the ability to focus on right now.
If I'm
driving.
going a little bit forward, I'm kicking up dust and stuff. It's like,
Yes.
It's a great, beautiful day.
Yeah.
You're in a sandstorm.
Yeah. But Calliope, you being out front as you start to bring your vehicle, slow it down as you're approaching this tower, you start to pick up some details. First thing you see is that probably 30 feet up from the base of the tower, there appears to be kind of a ringed walkway with like ramparts that goes around. There are various like thorns, like large pikes that are coming off the ramparts and also going up the sides of the tower, sort of just like popping out of it at various points. All of the pikes have what you can only assume are skulls or heads, severed heads on them, because there are rounded shapes adorning all of these pikes. You can see there are numerous humanoid shapes kind of shambling on the ramparts just around the edges. There's a huge set of massive, like heavy double doors at the base of the tower where this road leads up to. And the ramparts kind of extend out over the door a ways, where it looks like probably some defense could be made there. The top of the tower has 5 points sticking up into the sky, and as your eye line drifts up towards it, that's when you see, far too late to react, a massive shape sort of hunched up there looking down at you all as you approach. It is got a long serpentine neck, big muscled arms with huge leathery bat wings that are kind of stretched out behind it as its neck cranes down, looking at you all. A long snout. This creature is probably 25 feet long, as it just is crouched up there, and you can see it is indeed very draconic, but it has a kind of smashed, almost like bulldog-esque face, and kind of ruddy white scales. But as you suddenly realize you're looking up at a massive white dragon, it leaps, tucks its wings in, and just, Kadam, you see it right as it crashes down in front of the demon grinder, sending up dust and debris. The demon grinder having, well, do you bring it to a stop, or are you gonna just try to barrel into it, Calliope? Okay, so the demon grinder comes to a stop as this huge dragon just roars into your face, and as both vehicles come to a stop in front of this thing, it's just sitting there. You can see all of the air just freezing in front of its jaw, even in this hot wasteland that you find yourselves in. And what would be beautiful white scales is just like dirtied and spattered and muck and gore, dried all over its snout and under its neck. And as everything kind of settles and the sound sort of comes to a silence, and this dragon just sits there looking at you all like a hungry dog, you hear a booming, sort of creaking, groaning laugh just start to cascade out over this entrance of this tower. What guests do we have here? And you can see a figure lumbering up to the edge of the balcony where this huge set of double doors are. Kind of almost like this strange, lumbering gate, a rounded shape, sort of approaching the edge of the balcony, kind of. And these big clawed scaly hands sort of grab the edge and pull as this long neck kind of serpentines out, snaking out of a huge turtle shell that just has massive kind of spikes, almost like dull spikes poking out of the shell. And each one has been heavily carved into with deep runes. And this big lumbering turtle of kind of ashen gray scales just looks out over at you all. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Dragon alert! Dragon!
This is our first dragon!
This is our first dragon! We've done dungeons.
Wow, okay. Hi, everybody. Oh my god, there's a lot of people
There are a lot of
chat.
people.
Hi.
Welcome, everyone.
I'm so sorry. We're going to be ending right now. We are, this is when we end our show, and I would love to keep streaming, but I have a day job, and I need like a solid hour after doing this just to freaking like chill
Calm
out
down.
to try to fall asleep. So
Yes.
really, yeah. What's a day job? Yeah. So yeah, I just, we're gonna end here, but. Hey, if you enjoyed, thank you. Somebody said that I gave them a chill down their spine. That's awesome. So yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
Nathan is good at voices, making funny noises. If you wanna subscribe, I was about to say like and subscribe. Can you like?
Yeah, can you like and subscribe, please? We're really bad at doing that. We don't do that.
No, we're so good at that.
Yeah.
We're
yeah.
incredible.
Right.
We're doing it now. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Thanks for coming tonight, everybody. Please, if you want to see more, tune in next week. We do start at 7:30 every Wednesday.
PST.
Yeah, Pacific time. Yeah. So, yeah. All right.
Dragon. And turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not met a turtle.
Never an NPC turtle, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Have a lovely night, everybody. And we'll hopefully see you next week. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.